would like to speak. I'll yield first to Mr. Burton.
I won't speak very long. I appreciate the gentleman yielding, and I really appreciate the information that my Democrat colleagues have been bringing out night after night on alternative sources of energy. I just learned a little bit more about geothermal energy than I did, and I'd like to have that right next to my house. But the problem as I see it right now is how do we deal with bringing the price of gasoline down, and what do we do in the case of a national emergency? The chairman of the former chairman of the Energy Committee, Mr. Burton, was talking about, what would happen if there was an emergency and how we would utilize the strategic oil reserve. My concern is what would happen if a major supplier of the United States and the rest of the world could not supply that oil. Right now, and I spoke about this the other night, there's a lot of unrest in the Middle East. There's concern about Iran developing a nuclear weapon, and they've been working on a program for some time. Israel just flew a mission the other day, about 2 weeks ago, where they had over 100 planes fly the length down the Mediterranean that it would be to fly from Israel to Tehran. And so there's the possibility that none of us want to see occur, where there could be a major confrontation over there. If you sink 2 or 3 ships in the Persian Gulf and the Straits of Hormuz, you're going to have a terrible problem in getting maybe 20% of the world's oil supply to market. And we get a lot of our oil from there. And so I think we ought to look at the long-term problems that we face in this country while we're converting to other forms of energy, which I agree with you we should be doing. But oil's going to be with us for a while, and we're going to need that energy, as you said, and transportation for trucks and other things as we make this transition. And during that period of time, we need to be thinking about what we're going to do to protect this country strategically in the event of a conflict during this transition period. And that's why I think that this bipartisan group that I think started meeting tonight is talking about trying to get everybody together to come up with a comprehensive plan to deal with the energy problem and the gas prices, that we look at that. We look at the problems that occur not only today, but what might occur a month from now, 2 months from now, a year from now, or 3 or 4 years from now. And during this period of transition, when we want to move to cleaner burning fuels, we really need to have the energy here in America. I appreciate everything that you're bringing out, but I also am concerned about the security of this nation. And right now, we're dependent so much on foreign oil that if we have a major problem in certain parts of the world, we're going to have a bigger price for gasoline, for a gallon of gasoline. And that's why I think we ought to look very seriously about expanding our drilling opportunities out on the continental shelf and to the Anwar, wherever else we think we can get a substantial amount of oil. And with that, I want to thank you very much for yielding, and I appreciate this discussion tonight. I think we should be doing this on a regular basis, and I yield back.
I thank the gentleman.